Man, there's a lot going on in the manosphere. I knew about um, you know, that culture that is prevalent, the red pill community. I just ran into some channels called SYSBM, Save Yourself Black Man, and then also um,
Another one called MGTOW and Passport Bros.
but basically, just kind of fringe, well, not so much fringe groups, but I believe the origin are kind of like incels, right? Some involuntary celibates. A lot of times the groups will start off as one thing and then they will evolve, especially when they go from one community to another or one race to another.
Here are a few examples of trending topics and also a snippet from another channel.
What's going on, Passport family? Welcome back to another episode of Men on the Move. And guys, in this episode, we're going to be talking about Akon. Now, Akon shook up the world a few days ago when he told American women that African women are more feminine than them. He told them this. And Passport family, we already know this is something that is true. This is something that Passport Bros have been talking about. We have been saying this, and now it's starting to hit mainstream. See, Passport Bros have been saying that American women are very masculine. And we're missing the femininity when it comes down to American women. American women always say they're focused on a career. They don't want to have kids. They don't want to be submissive. But these are things that men typically find in other women as they venture overseas. That's why we're so heavy on get your passport. Can you hear me? Get your passport.
Notice the subtlety in inflammatory words like career and submissive.
Thing that really comes top of mind is these groups and this behavior, I believe, is a direct manifestation and result of Genesis 3:15, where we see that the word says that I will put enmity between the serpent and the woman, and his seed and her seed, and that to the woman that the curse was that your desire shall be to your husband and he will have rule over you. That implies that prior to the fall of man and the curse as a result of sin, was not that man would rule over women. God created male and female to have dominion over the earth. He never intended for man to try to dominate women. And this thing that we see, and it's gone on for centuries, but right now it's prevalent because everybody can get a microphone and a podcast, etc.
And here's another example of how it shows up.
Reason that you must be submissive is because everyone has their roles and the roles don't come out of thin air. The roles come directly out of biology. And let me show you why you are submissive. If I was there right now, I could make you submit. You ain't even got to take the option. I'll make you submit. And here's the difference. You can never flip the script and make me submit. You are designed weaker. You shall be dominated. And when you're unruly the way you are right now,
you believe that?
That's why you will never get a man who is a high earner, because he doesn't want to deal with an unruly woman. And I say this because I love you and I want the best for you. And you're a good looking woman. You can achieve so much, but that mouth ain't good looking. When you think that you can compete with a man and not submit, you might as well get into a relationship with a woman, because that's the only being that's going to put up with.
The enemy is also called the Prince of the Air, so he is basically trying to take over the airwaves. We saw it with Kevin Samuel. And, you know, obviously his legacy lives on, and there are several of similar ilk. And the thing that's problematic is people can choose who they want to choose, but this vitriol that you see and these narratives about, you know, how basically black men hate black women, it's evolving not into just who you choose or who they choose to interact with and love and mate with, etc., but it is creating and permeating an entire environment of hostility. That means that even if it's someone who you are not interested in intimately, when you see them on the street, if they are in harm's way, that you have a disregard for them as a human being, and that is what is problematic, and that is unacceptable to God. And any man who professes to be a believer and adopts that ideology is dead wrong. Is dead wrong. No one has the right to tell God's creation that they are not acceptable. And like I said, it's one thing if you talk about preference, but the hatred and vitriol, you can read it in the comments. And a lot of the comments are about women that have children, and now they're old, and now they go to church. It's just a whole lot. It's a whole lot. And it's unacceptable. And I'm going to use my channel to just talk about those things, and really, because the Bible says we take into captivity every thought that tries to exalt itself against the knowledge of God, and those principalities and powers. So I'm not even really talking so much to the men that are behaving that way, or my conversation isn't really with them. While it'd be nice if they would listen to this, but my intent is to put this also in the airway so principalities and powers know that that propaganda will not just go unchecked. And I know that there are, you know, several other, women in the community and advocates that who are speaking out against this too. But I'm just going to do my part. I'm going to leverage my sphere of influence, and I expect to see a shift and a change in the environment, because this is not just about, choosing who you want to be in a relationship with. It is about disdaining a whole people group that someone has decided to devalue, and that's not okay. It's not okay personally. It's not okay spiritually. It's not okay emotionally. And the other thing is the men who take this position, they're fighting the wrong enemy. Your enemy isn't the black woman, because the curse after the fall of man was that he would, by the sweat of his brow, toil to earn a living. It's like now you're mad and you're taking it out on black women, and we're not your enemy. This is, again, that is a result of the fall of man, and they're focusing their energies on the wrong person or people groups, and or they are choosing to participate in alliance with their father, who is, the serpent. So, but I know what a principality and a power, how they manifest and how they try to have a domain And so I'm addressing it from that perspective. And hopefully several of you guys will join me and continue to, follow the channel for more to come. I'll talk to you guys soon. Be well. I would that you, beloved, prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. So this is Coach Roberta, your friendly disruptor, signing off. Take care.